That's another thing I just want to talk about really, really fast is MCT oil. And this has been brought up before. And, pretty much I'm relating this to because of the bulletproof recommendations. And he's got this long story about how he came up with this magic formula of C8 and C10. And I think he sold just a C8 MCT oil for a while. Blah, 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 all this magic. Well, first of all, you could look at his containers until he just white labeled what's out there on the shelf. There's no magic story. But again, he didn't go back and really look at the research to show what he was recommending to people. I recommend MCT oil to athletes because it's easy and they're going to be able to survive the detrimental effects that might occur because C8, high loads of C8, which is just one of the MCT components, can be detrimental. It can, cause fat accumulation in the liver. It can cause cholesterol formation. It's not something that you want to be loading into your diet if you're not an athlete. End of story. What you do want is C10, which is one of the other components. And had he done the research, C12 is the other super beneficial medium chain triglyceride. And, depending on the literature you read, sometimes C12, which is lauric acid, is included as a medium chain triglyceride. Sometimes it's not. But lauric acid has massive benefits. And I think one reason he didn't come out with a product that has lauric acid is there's nothing out there to white label. Nobody makes a C10, C12 blend. And part of that problem is lauric acid is a white powder. So immediately when you put it into the oil, it starts to cause the oil to turn white and solidify somewhat. That's why coconut oil is not liquid all the time because of its high lauric acid content. Coconut oil is much, 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 much better choice for your source of MCTs than buying an MCT oil. Again, I only recommend the MCT oils to athletes in certain circumstances. The coconut oil is much better way to go.
And I think lauric acid also has really, really prominent antibacterial properties too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's used in skin creams even. So this is, again, this is where something that was quoted to be scientific wasn't really physiological or well-researched at all. And this might seem to be a trashing on bulletproof, but, there's just certain components there that are so ingrained in that population and are bleeding out into other populations that are not good recommendations. I mean, they're just not. The butter thing is, here or there, but the MCT oil, that could be problematic for people who are not athletic, who are just sitting at home trying to be healthy and lose some body fat. And if they're loading up on the bulletproof MCT oil, well, they might be making their liver bulletproof as it goes through cirrhosis. But they're not making their health bulletproof. Go for the coconut oil. Nobody has any comments? I just went on a rant and you guys have no commentary.
We're sheep. For so long, it's kind of zoned out.
You're no devil's advocate on that one, Rocky?
I don't actually, because I think that here's the thing about, just kind of to go to a 50,000 foot view, MCT is more processed than coconut oil, right? I mean, we always tell patients to not eat processed foods. That would be the same for coconut oil. So if you're going to eat coconut oil, eat coconut oil. Like you said, specific target populations may benefit from MCTs. And maybe I might have a tablespoon of MCT oil before I go play soccer after we're done. But, I think, like you said, that overriding unprocessed food mantra always tends to win out, right?
Yeah. And that's when I would recommend the pure MCT oil, either immediately before training or immediately after. Because we're looking for a high influx of ketones if we can get it from those quickly absorbing fatty acids. And, coconut oil, the reason I don't recommend it is it's just hard to mix. It's really hard to get easily into a shake or, just take a tablespoon of it. Some people don't mind. I just don't enjoy that.
I don't enjoy it, but that's the way I do it. I just take a tablespoon and spoon it in and shut it down.
MCT oil has no taste. That's why I kind of like it to add it to shakes or something like that. It really has no taste. That's a really great pre-workout formula is coffee, heavy cream with some MCT oil. It's going to mix fast. Because of the surface structure of the fat globules in the cream, the MCT is going to emulsify into it pretty cleanly. And it goes down smooth. I find if I have something like just a protein shake with MCT, it can upset my stomach a little bit. You need that extra emulsifying agent.
I actually like mixing coconut oil with some unsweetened cocoa powder and then kind of create a almond joy out of that. And then I can get my polyphenols as well, right?
Yeah, there you go.